Dennis Peacock, and this is another edition of the Transforum. A hard case, or the hard case, for death panels. Where did we ever get that phrase? Well, Sarah Palin was the first one that I heard use it in terms of a discussion around the healthcare challenges. We are dealing principally here with a generational war driven by a debt-based economic culture. When money gets involved with any form of decision-making, usually money wins. And that's really what's all behind the so-called death panel issue. Now, President Obama and the Democrats have said, hey, no such thing. But I'm telling you, to some degree, those death panels are going to come. That's an ugly way to describe it, but who gets what in terms of health care is really the question. And in an insolvent society where debt is king and people are increasingly concerned about debt and what can we pay for, is everybody going to get equal health care? Probably not. They don't now, and I don't expect they ever will. Now, Sarah Palin may have done us all a favor, although I'm sure the Democrats didn't like the rhetorical statement death panels, but she raised a really good issue. We're going to have to make hard choices. They're already being made by the insurance companies. You have to rely on what we call actuarial levels. In other words, what are the percentages of people that are going to get better if X policy or X remedy is applied to them? And what about their age? And what about whatever health factors should limit whether or not you invest more money in that person's health? Now, those of you that have been around the hospital, and I've been around it a fair amount, I've had a number of close loved ones pass on into eternity. And if you go into a hospital room, you'll see on some cases on the charts, the medical charts, a DNR, do not revive. That means that if anything happens, don't use extraordinary measures to bring this person back to life. DNR. It's already happening. It isn't just a death panel. It's people who have made their own personal choice as to whether or not they want to be revived if X situation takes place. Now, that's a little different than euthanasia, where we have people who are really making decisions for you as to whether or not you should survive, but it's got a lot of the same ideas behind it. The whole issue of quality of life. I've been very close to several people who've passed on and said, if this stroke makes it so all I am is a vegetable kept alive on a ventilator, please let me go. I do not want to stay and live life on that level, nor do I want to eat up whatever inheritance I've accumulated for my loved ones. You know, the American people don't want to deal with a lot of hard issues that have come up now, and they're not going to go away. The Bible in Malachi talks about what happens when generations are separated in Malachi chapter 4, verses 4 to 6. It says when that the generations are separated, when the hearts of the parents leave the hearts of the children, then the earth is covered with a curse. We're moving in that direction. As Social Security is bankrupt and we don't have enough workers to pay for Social Security, partially because we have aborted about 50 million wage earners, you get generational warfare, you get hard choices, and you get the equivalent of death panels. They're coming in one form or another. It's not good news. Hey, this is a Transforum. Let's engage.